My wife says I have too many personal cars, so in today's video, I'm getting rid of one, but I bought another one in the last video and we're gonna try and fix it. We also have 2 engine races to see how fast we can pull Subaru engines. This silver car is what I use for the winter and to take up to the Silver Lake sand dunes. Now this thing does pretty good, but I want a hatch because I have my yellow hatch in the garage, and I think it'd be cool to have a hatch that's lowered for the summer and a hatch that's lifted for the winter and for off-roading. So that means I don't have a use for this car. You can see a bunch of the hail damage on the hood there. It's got a bunch of hail damage on the roof. The previous owner cut the fenders and the quarters, as you can see, for those fender flares that I don't even like. And so this car is going to be a sacrifice for this one, which means we're pulling this one in and we are going to sell some parts off it. I'm gonna take the engine and the fuel system and the oil pan and put it onto this car over there. So let's pull this thing in the shop and get started on it. Kind of a sad day, but that means we'll get that car running and we will have all sorts of fun with a better setup car. Man, I'm actually kind of sad. I'm actually a little sad about this car. So this is an EJ20X. I've got an air oil separator. It's got a stock turbo, flex fuel kit, intake, clutch, ID 1050s also, 1-inch ADF lift kit, and then some bigger all-terrains. 1 inch is pretty big. Oh, and it's got a fluid damper. I forgot about that. It's also got a IAG pan. You can't see because I've got a skid plate on it. Oh, let's see. Nope. Cobb downpipe, NVIDIA catback, but I'm not gonna use any of that because I got my own stuff for the hatch. But I am stealing the injectors, the flex fuel kit, the engine, and that's about it. Process West top mount is what I'm putting on it. Process West TMIC. I'm going speed density because the other car has a blow-off valve. So unfortunate sadness, but let the taking apart commence. So we're gonna start it to show that it runs and then we're gonna start it to show that it still runs, and then we're gonna start the time just so we know it's legit, that nothing is apart. So let's start it. All right, it runs. 3, 2, 1, go. You start the time. Ugh. Come on, radiator cap. There's sand and everything. How did that happen? I just don't know how that would happen. Who put this flipping car together? Oh my word.
You gotta be in the 2-hour area.
Come on, Rob.
Now, is it gonna separate from the transmission? Probably not. This is probably my worst attempt ever. Good, let me guess. I'm gonna say 202.
No.
152.
No, lower.
150.
Yeah. Yeah, 150.
That's so
150,
bad.
15 seconds.
That was really bad. Yep, that sucked. Not a great attempt. Here goes the silver car. Saddest scrap of my life. Bummer. Somebody had to do it. Now that my silver car is gone, let's talk about the details about this blue car that I'm fixing. This is the most excited I've been for a project in a while. So if you didn't know, in the last video, I bought this thing, took delivery of it, looked it over. I bought it just as it sits. It locked up engine, I believe. We're gonna dig into that a little bit more. Has actual longer travel coilovers from flat out suspension, skid plates, tube front bumper, has a winch on it, pod lights, lots of good stuff. Methods, I always wanted methods. Let's get her in the shop. Open sesame. Wow. That's pretty good. So engine's gotta come out. We have our EJ20X over here out of my 2017 STI. So we need to transfer all of our stuff to that. Also pull the transmission on this because it's rear wheel drive. This is the transmission out of my 2017. I got a nice shifter set up on here with some solid linkage and Cobb short shifter that we're gonna transfer into this car. Also, we gotta put front axles in the thing. So it's gonna be a little bit of a process. Get this done as quick as we can. Before we start pulling the engine, I have my header I'm gonna throw onto this engine, and I've got a Grimspeed crossover pipe and some factory ported manifolds. I don't know if they really make much of a difference, but I had the guy clean up all the surfaces for me, so we're gonna put these together. We got our heat shields. We also have a clutch and flywheel that we can throw on there as well. So we got some gaskets from Overtake, thanks to Scott Winters, Mr. Money Winners. Grimspeed crossover pipe all installed. My ported manifold runners, PLM non-external wastegate up pipe is all ready to go. Now I did a used flywheel that I just scuffed up new bearing. Personal cars, I don't get them resurfaced unless it's like a nice build or if I don't have a nice flywheel, but this one was pretty decent. And then this is the other thing I do in my personal cars. I've done it once and I've had good luck. I take a pretty decent looking pressure plate, and the disc over there from the pressure plate was pretty worn, and so I've got a brand new disc here that is gonna pair with that in my used flywheel, and we're gonna send it. Let me toss this on here and we'll move on to starting to pull the engine. It's definitely not proper, but it's gonna work. All right, don't judge me for my homemade clutch tool kit. I somehow, out of all the clutch tool kits I used to have, I somehow cannot find one. So we'll center it once we tighten this down a bit. See, we're gonna torque these down, and then we're jumping on to pulling the engine. We're gonna pull this engine, transfer stuff to an engine that we have ready, install it, and get it running again. We're gonna see how fast how long, I shouldn't say how fast, we're gonna see how long that takes me. I don't really know how it's gonna go. During this process, I also have to change the transmission in this car, so we are going to pause the time for that. All right, I'm ready. Oh, you're a big doggy. You're so big. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay,
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What the nuts is this? I've never even seen that bolt before. Oh, a lot easier removal than I anticipated, which is always positive. That was probably one of the more mess-free removals I've had. What the flip? I've never seen a square fitting on a radiator hose. What's the point? All right, I got gasoline on this shirt. Time for the shirt sleeve. Isn't it warm enough? Technical difficulty. I alarm for a haircut that I don't need. My blood sugar is going low though. Just so efficient, my glucose can't keep up. I actually possibly might need to take a break. Those of you that don't know, I am a type 1 diabetic, which means your body no longer produces insulin. It is very different from type 2 diabetes. Type 1 is a autoimmune disease. Your pancreas stops producing insulin, so I have to inject insulin anytime I eat anything within reason, but my blood sugar is currently a little low, so we may need to pause for the diabetes break. Okay, I think I'm recovered. All right, we're really flipping close. I think we're gonna hook up the engine here. Come on, I gotta be in under an hour. I don't even know if we are. We're stuck on something. Come on!
I think.
I'm gonna say 108.
That was a pretty good guess. 111.
Dang it. So as you can see, we got the engine out, and next is the transmission. So we are going to start on that. However, to put the other transmission in and get it going, I don't have any fluid, which I didn't think about. I'm trying to get somebody to bring me some fluid from Subaru because I don't want to take the time to go get it. As you can see how this one was set up rear wheel drive. It's just got a stub here and a stub there that's been opened before. And they put a tube in place of the center differential in there, but I'm not gonna take all that apart. I'm just going to swap the whole transmission with mine over there. So let's get rolling. Man, I should have saved this fluid. It looks brand new. This trans isn't gonna be too hard to pull when there's no axles to remove. Sweet, that's ready to drop through there. Alrighty, roll that sucker under here. Perfect, good to go. Perfect. It's a tan model. This one's been to Florida. All right, we got the axle stubs out of the hubs, and we're going to reinstall with an actual axle. Basically, I'm going to install the axles and then install the trans and see if I can sneak them into the trans as I'm putting it in. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but we're gonna give it a shot. That's it there. Man, I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's wheel this sucker over. I really don't think this is gonna work. New transmission. So go ahead and go up with the floor jack. We're already stuck. I don't think this is gonna work. Yep, I don't think so. Let her down. We'll just cut that out and make it look like I didn't try it. Why are they doing that?
That's a pretty loose understanding of
All right, I gotta take the wheels off, I guess. Then I'm gonna mark the camber bolt on the strut and remove it. I thought I had removed a transmission like this before where I left the axles in and dropped the trans out, but I'm an idiot. So let's take these wheels off and do it the correct way. Dang, these brakes are a little rusty. Excuse me. Okay, other side. Got a stripped out Brembo bolt. Very improper way to fix stripped out threads on a Brembo. I ain't bleeding these brakes. I ain't no wussy. Okay. Brembo fixed. Now we can put the transmission in. Man, this thing's heavy. Keep going. Okay, go ahead and go slowly down with the hoist. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yep. If you did not know, you can adjust the throw on these cob shifters. Much better. There she goes. Yeah, Beautiful methods going back on. She's back to all-wheel drive. Before we start engine install, we have a new gauge pod that we're gonna have to see if we can save this SPT boost gauge mount. Yeah, we're gonna replace the trim around the cluster so we can house our new gauges and sensors, which is air, fuel, and oil pressure, and it's so much easier to route that stuff into the engine bay when there's no engine. So we're gonna do that first, and then we'll get to the engine stuff. I don't really want to screw into this. Let's see what we can do. All right, I'm gonna get this old gauge pulled out and we'll get the new ones installed, and maybe I'll add a different boost gauge, but this OEM setup is nice with all the holes and everything perfectly in there. And I don't wanna do that to the other one and then just have a junk piece, so I'm just gonna sell the gauge. Got the SPT boost gauge all pulled. We left it all apart, got the radio out, cluster out, and this lower section here, because those are all three parts that we might need to access. And we're going to wire in our gauges. We got these plug and play things that we can wire the power for the gauges. These were in my other car as well. AEM oil pressure and AEM air fuel ratio. I believe the grommet I'm going to use is going to be that one right there. That's where the boost gauge came out, right there. I will show you how I do it, and we're gonna pop it out down below here, run it up to the gauges, and then run our power stuff over to this fuse panel and wire it in. This is the connector right here. You have to feed that through the grommet. This is why, if you have the engine out and you're thinking about doing some gauges, do it now, brother. Excuse me. Do it now, brother. This grommet's bricked up. Well, it partially ripped, but it's gonna work. Next challenge, feeding these in through the car. Ben can make me look like an idiot, and I'm gonna run back and forth and try and get these ran through. We're in. That's kind of where they popped out, is up there. I'm gonna come up behind the cluster. We'll pull out one of those fuses. We'll choose which circuit can handle it, wire the power into that. Anything that is grounded, we're just gonna run the ground to. And we'll throw a battery in this thing and make sure that the gauges power up. Wideband air fuel, get that reattached. Cluster surround, just gotta tuck these where they're not gonna get pinched. I think we're good. This cluster trim doesn't fit amazing, but looks pretty good. There it is. All right, we've got our gauges powered by that one right there. They're both wired into the power, both wired into ground. Oh boy, jeez, oh Pete. Holy smokes, what on earth? All right, well, our gauges work. That's all we needed to see. We'll run this access port wire. I believe this guy just pops out of here. There we go. And then our mount, dialed mounts. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but it's 3D printed. And basically, it's just gonna sit right there. We've got this lower section here. These little pieces are for the access port cable, so that you can just plug and unplug the access port. It holds the little tabs in, which is really nice. Tighten these down. She's solid as a rock. Let's test it. Oh, it's so nice. Look at that. I love it. You can just pop it right back out. The magnet in the back holds it in place. Killer, dialed, as if one would say. Get it, because the name of the mounts, dialed mounts. Please respond. Oh, let's button all these up. Good to go. Gauge is done, access port mount done. We're ready for the engine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. We're going to be installing this engine and hopefully getting it running. Maybe test drive it, maybe have some problems. We will have to find out in the next video. Don't forget, we also have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok that we post on a lot more frequently than YouTube, with all the short videos and entertainment stuff that you might enjoy. So go check those out. I hope to see you guys then.